This position is going to go over loading the forearm into engaging the wrist flexors. So I'm going to have my palm up. I'm going to start off with elbow bent because that's typically going to be a little less pressure on any tender area, especially tendon attachment in my elbow. So I'm going to start off even maybe just with no weight at all, right? And I want to see just with my palm up here, how does it feel as I slowly extend my hand? And you'll notice I even kind of extend my fingers to put a little bit of a stretch. And then I come back up. I don't focus on coming up way up into wrist flexion. I almost want to come just past neutral, right? So I'm focused more on the lengthening, coming down into wrist extension and back up. Now from here, if that's fine, and usually with these movements, I want to do it for a longer period of time rather than adding heavy weight. So I tell people just to do it for a minimum of 30 seconds, maximum of 2 minutes, right? If I could do that and it's not an issue, I may grab 1 pound or a soup can. Same thing, elbow flexed. I'm very slowly going to lower down. I want to try and really control this lowering motion. As I run out of wrist range of motion, I'll even start to let my fingers kind of roll down, letting this weight extend. Now, if this is really painful, I may use my other hand to lift me back out of it, right? So just focusing on the negative. Or if I'm coming down and I say like, ooh, that really starts to hurt right there, same thing, stop, use the other hand to come out of it. So initially that hand can be something that assists you out of that painful, uncomfortable position. But if it's fine, like we're talking about, I would go all the way down as far as I can, and then I would actively come back up, kind of rolling the weight into my palm, just beyond neutral. Okay. Now let's say I do that with 1 pound for 2 minutes and I'm ready to advance to 2 pounds, right? Now let's say I grab 2 pounds, right? And as soon as I start to lower, I say, oh, that really hurts, right? So there's some issue here where advancing between 1 to 2 pounds is a problem. So I may start off and just say, okay, let me get 2 pounds and let me just hold it here. Same thing, just hold it. 30 seconds minimum, 2 minutes maximum. This is still gonna be active. If I keep it more in my palm, that's one way to do it. The further it goes out towards my fingers, obviously that's gonna load me a little bit more. So I'll start off with just an isometric hold if this is really uncomfortable. Let's say maybe I do that for 20, 30, 40 seconds. If it feels okay, I work my way up to 2 minutes. And then after, the idea would hopefully be that I get more of a fatigue in the muscle belly and not so much tendon pain, right? I kind of want to minimize how sore that tendon gets. I'm really trying to fire more of activation in the muscle, not so much irritation where the tendon attaches. So then after that, I may just do some active motion. And if I'm kind of in between these 1 and 2 pounds, I may one day do the 1 pound for my 2 minutes, and if that's getting easy, maybe I'll even do 2.5 to 3 minutes going through the full motion. And then maybe the next time I would do it, I'd grab the 2 pound, do more of the isometric, try and work the weight gradually further out in my hand, and then maybe afterwards I would just do some active motion just to lightly tug or move that muscle through its range without the load. So little ways, little variables to try and manipulate, to try and progress but not overly irritate something that's already painful.